Hello and welcome to Northern Ireland for the third round of the 2015 FIA European Rally Championship. The first all-tarmac rally of the season. It's an absolute classic. It's Easter. It is the Circuit of Ireland. After the first two events, just 4 drivers have competed in both, and they lie in the top 4. Gaetan Katanovic just ahead of Craig Breen and Robert Conseny of France. Those are the top 10, most of whom are here in Ulster.
On est à Downpatrick, devant la cathédrale, où est enterré.
Well, learning a little bit more about the rally. Legend Jean-Pierre Nicolas, the sporting manager, says we're here in Downpatrick. Behind me is the cathedral where St Patrick was buried. He came here in the 5th century, patron saint of Ireland, of course, and the cathedral was built in the 12th century. And here we're 2 kilometres away from the start of the circuit, round 3 of the championship. And the event takes place on lots of twisty, narrow lanes, full of traps, mud, gravel. It's going to be quite a rally with plenty of surprises, he reckons. He's a man who should know. The stunning Down Cathedral was built on the ancient Hill of Down in the 12th century. A massive granite stone marks St Patrick's grave. The building is globally renowned for its magnificent stained glass windows, its impressive organ, and its soaring Gothic architecture. Every bit as impressive, but far more modern, is the Titanic Belfast. It's a new landmark in Northern Ireland, and it's home to the service park for the Circuit of Ireland. Teams making final preparation before the rally gets underway. And after a lot of overnight rain, conditions are wet. Tyre choices are made on that basis as they splash off to the start. So leg 1, 3 runs into service back to Belfast, and then ending up with a double run through the Spectator Super Special at Newtonards. So Craig Breen heads off, 52 drivers leaving Belfast to tackle the first loop of stages. Ireland's Robert Barrable won the qualifying stage yesterday afternoon. He opted to go first on the road, reckoning that he would get the cleanest conditions. Championship's top 2, Gaetan Katanovic and Craig Breen, took start numbers 2 and 3. 8 stages today. 2 runs of Hamilton's Folly, the longest test on the event. So on board, Robert Barrable trying to work some heat into the tyres. You can see just how wet and narrow these lanes are. At the moment, little mud dragged on from the banks, but Barrable reckons that will change.
All right, Chief. 3, 2, 1, go. 6 left, 60. 3 right plus, okay. 40. Crest, 4 left, continues. 60. Crest, 6 right, tightens.
First man on the road on racing slicks like everybody else. It is wet and muddy in patches.
Then slowing, 4 right, continues.
Barrable determined to use his advantage of being first on the road. No clearing the loose gravel for your rivals, of course, on a tarmac stage. We had a bizarre moment during the stage. As you can see there, the door window popped out. He set a time of 7 minutes 43.6 seconds. Second on the road, the championship leader. Bizarrely, although Katanovic has never competed on the circuit, his sister lives in Ireland. He's second on the road, first time on this event, and he's going to build himself up to speed, he says. Learning mode, not taking extra risks. He's 11.1 seconds slower than Robert Barrable, 5th fastest in an identical Ford Fiesta R5. So for the hometown hero, car number 1, Craig Breen, third on the road.
2 left minus half long, tightens to 3 sharp, don't go wide, and crest into late 4 right plus.
Complained of a problem yesterday, pop-off valve not functioning properly. Doesn't have 100% control of the power. 7.2 seconds slower than Barrable, who takes the lead of the rally after stage 1. Craig Breen in 2nd place. And more Irish drivers, Alistair Fisher and Sam Moffat, 3rd and 4th fastest.
60, dip, 50.
Look at the speed down these tiny country lanes. Plenty of commitment from Craig Breen in the Peugeot 208 T16. The car not doing what it should do. Under the watchful eye of St Patrick on a hill overlooking the villages of Saul and Rollob, where he returned to the country in the 5th century. Crews continue their mission through this stunning Ulster countryside to the start of stage 2. Hamilton's Folly, and then Locheny. Well, let's ride on this classic stage, Hamilton's Folly, with Craig Breen. He used to spectate here as a child. Co-driver Scott Martin on the pace notes. Many jumps on this, including a legendary one, Bertie's jump, after a huge 1980s jump by Irish rallying legend, the late Bertie Fisher, Alistair's dad. Despite being slightly down on power with a dump valve problem, I'm not sure I'd want to be sitting alongside Craig Breen. It takes a braver man than that. Fastest on both stages. He finishes stage 3 as the rally leader.
I just, the sensation of driving on tarmac and flying a car on tarmac, and that's what we're doing. We're flying with a car on tarmac. In Finland, yeah, you do it on gravel, but see, on tarmac when you're flying, no better feeling than that. It's one thing ticked off the bucket list. I'm leading the Circuit of Ireland, so.
Middle of a jump. 100.
Maximum attack 2 from Robert Barrable. Small mistake at a square right junction on stage 2. Cost him about 9 seconds in the battle with Craig Breen. Still struggling with that missing driver's window. At these speeds, the wind and the rain are definitely distracting. Affecting the concentration on lanes like these is not great news. I guess there's an aerodynamic rub-off as well. And there's the mistake that costs him the time. He drops to 2nd spot behind Craig Breen.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Every Irish driver wants to win the Circuit of Ireland, and I think Craig has emphasised that enough over the last couple of years with his rallying career. But okay, it is tricky. The standing water is very, very tricky. So, but no, we're happy enough. We are relaxing the car, and the notes are working really, really well. So we're happy.
Start of stage 3 with championship leader Kajtan Kajtanovic in his Ford Fiesta R5. Fast left and just about gets away with that. It's going to cost him time. By the time he's facing the right direction again, he's 20 seconds down. He drops to 6th overall. Robert Conseny, after a long while at Peugeot, is getting used to his DS3. This is his 3rd time on the circuit, and he has a big high-speed moment on stage 2. Thumbs up from co-driver Maxime Villemot. Well held, young man. Despite that scare, he's 3rd quickest on both stages to move to 3rd overall as 26-year-old nephew of late Northern Irish rally legend Bertie Fisher, Alistair Fisher, has a big one. Rolls in stage 3, they're okay, but retires from leg 1. Craig Breen then leading by 6.1 stages as they head back into service. Robert Barrable in second, Robert Conseny in third place. Lots of green, white and gold on the leaderboard. Kajtanovic in sixth, half a minute behind. So a dramatic first loop of the 2015 Circuit of Ireland. Game of Thrones fans will recognise this place, Castle Ward, an 18th century manor. Mixture of classical and Gothic architecture, neo-Gothic I think we'll find, on the spectacular Strangford Lock. One of many stunning sights for visitors here in the Emerald Isle as we wait for the action to continue on the 2015 Circuit of Ireland. Welcome back. You rejoin us after the first 42 competitive kilometres of the Circuit of Ireland 2015. Round 3 of the European Rally Championship as the crews regroup at the Titanic Belfast. A chance to repair and prepare the cars at service. Robert Barrable should find the afternoon stages a little easier now that his window's been replaced and firmly held in. Without Gaffer, what would we do? Distraction of high-speed, wet wind in his face will no longer be an issue. Kajtanovic's engineers have got work to do as well, cleaning up the minor damage from his moment hitting the bank on stage 3, and Craig Breen is thinking about the challenges of the afternoon.
I think it's going to be really, really dirty and really a lot of mud and water on the road, so a lot more than this morning. And even though the weather has dried up now, it's still going to stay in the stages, and all the floods and locks of water are just going to push on down the road, and it's going to be fairly hairy in there, I'd say. Yeah.
Well, the team now hope that they've got his dump valve problem sorted out as he heads off into the afternoon stages. The liaison section near Downpatrick on the site of St Patrick's first church in Ireland is Saul Church, built in 1932 to commemorate 1,500 years since St Patrick's landing. This is the second round of the FIA ERC Junior Championship. After the snowy surfaces of Latvia, they'll be testing their skills on the tarmac of the Circuit of Ireland on the lanes around Belfast. 19 drivers from 14 nations are registered for the junior category. That makes it a highly international and competitive championship. Well, this weekend, the fans might be expecting a lot from one local man. Driver John Armstrong is from nearby Enniskillen. He's competed in the British and Irish Championships. This is his first year in the junior ERC. For 6 months now, he's been working with 22-year-old co-driver Noel O'Sullivan. They were 5th in Latvia, and they want more at home.
The Circuit of Ireland is my home rally, but I don't really know the stages as such. I've never competed on the rally before, and I live maybe an hour and a half away, so it's now always nice to drive at home because you have a good feeling with spectators, and you kind of know the area and the stages.
Irish tar is bumpy tar, kind of crest, blind crests, tight corners, grass up the middle of the road, so it's going to be a tricky rally. Myself and John are both relaxed. Recce day 1 went well, we made good pace notes, and also with day 2. Hopefully we can finish with a good result.
There's drivers that are very, very quick, which is kind of, it's good competition, but you're always having to drive near enough flat out to be on the pace. So I'm enjoying my time in the championship, and I want to do as well as I can and learn. As I say, I haven't the most experience out there in the field because I'm only 20 and this will be only my second international rally. So
this week we had a 2-day recce, and then myself and John at the evenings when we're finished recce, we'd spend 4 hours at the DVD going through the notes of each stage for every day, and we'd correct notes, change notes, try to learn more of the stage because you're only allowed 2 passes and it's hard to know a stage after 2 passes.
I'd be more comfortable because it's at home, but obviously you have the pressure of people thinking that you're going to be fast, so you have a lot to live up to as well, but I'm looking forward to the challenge and we'll do the best job we can.
Well, the first day started for the juniors like everybody else with a windy morning and some rain. And that meant the Irish lanes would be highly slippery. This is Emil Bergqvist, the Swede in his Opel Adam R2, leader of the championship after round 1 in Latvia. He was fast on tarmac as well.
We did a rally last weekend in Ireland and we won that rally. And on the call here we was on 3rd place, so that's good.
Ryan Griebel, the official Opel Motorsports team, working hard this weekend. 4 drivers separated by only 8 seconds, battling for the top 5 this morning. And this Opel in 5th position, fast and consistent. Alex Zawada of Poland, 2nd fastest on stage 2 and 3. Another Opel Adam in the top 5, 4th overall, just 0.6 of a second off a podium position. New colours on the 208 R2 for the home rally, and Chris Ingram, he chose the GTI style, celebrating 30 years of the Peugeot 205 GTI last year. Chris Ingram, the youngest driver to win the Colin McRae Trophy here last year. John Armstrong, uncatchable in Loop 1, the Ulsterman fastest on stage 2 and 3 with a 19-second advantage after rival Ingram admitted he was a little too cautious during the day on the first group of stages. Trouble for Bucks, damaged wheel, putting him out on day 1. This is his first year in the second year in the championship for Gino Bucks. 5 kilometres from the end of the stage, they were out. Steve Rookland moved into the top 5 after stage 5. He benefited from Zawada's bad luck, the pole forced to retire after a crash on the stage. Emil Bergqvist, maybe the most complete driver in the championship, solid 2nd. Championship leader being smart, but a perfect day for local driver John Armstrong, winner of 5 of the 8 stages on day 1, leading by 28.4 seconds.
Well, I wanted to be fast, so I'm happy with how it's going. So we'll try and get everything sussed now and get back out tomorrow and on the pace again. So
John Armstrong leading, Bergqvist the championship leader in 2nd place. Chris Ingram just off the podium. Northern Ireland scenery proving highly dramatic on the stages and picturesque of it. This 18th century mansion, Mount Stuart, was the home of Lord Castlereagh, the Foreign Secretary of Great Britain during the Napoleonic Wars. Famous for its extravagant furnishings and beautiful grounds, ranked as one of the top 10 gardens in the world. It's in Newtonards, where leg 1 of the rally will conclude after the break. Welcome back to Northern Ireland. Round 3 of the 2015 European Rally Championship is the legendary Circuit of Ireland. It dates back to 1931, but the backdrop is much older. These monastic ruins, founded in the 12th century in Abbey, was a Cistercian monastery set beside the River Coyle, the river which feeds Strangford Lough, the largest sea loch in the British Isles and one of the most important marine conservation sites in Europe. As they head out to stages 4 and 5, second run through Bucks Head and Hamilton's Folly. The road's now much drier. Maximum attack then from the first man on the road, Robert Marable, to try and catch rally leader Craig Breen. Goes fastest in stage 4. Struggled in the last 4 corners of stage 5, which he likened to sheet ice. And 3rd fastest there. Championship leader Kajtanovic, 2nd fastest on both stage 4 and 5. Clearly he is bedding himself in well now that the roads are a little drier. First time in Ireland, in a rally at least, and producing good speed in the Ford Fiesta R5, up to 3rd place after the very demanding and jump-laden Hamilton's Folly. Rally leader Craig Breen reporting having a recurrence of his dump valve issues. 4.9 seconds slower than Robert Barrable in stage 4, 9.2 slower in stage 5. That leaves him with 10.4 seconds of his lead intact. Robert Consigny was third overall in the DS3, but drama on stage 4. He comes to the end of it with only first and second gear responding in the gearbox. And that puts an end to his efforts. Second gear not really enough on these ultra high speed Irish lanes. As for Josh Moffat, Irishman in the Ford Fiesta S2000 car, 8th on the road. He's 6th fastest through stage 4 and 3rd fastest through stage 5, Hamilton's Folly 2. Battling hard with his brother Sam for 4th place overall, both of them in Super 2000 Fiestas. Well, Ireland, once the home of almost every WRC car ever built, is now home to lots of Super 2000s. Heading into stage 6 then, Lochhenny, the second run through this 10.5 kilometre stage. Robert Barrable, 6 minutes, 0.3 seconds. Good stage for him. Piling the pressure on rally leader Craig Breen, hoping to bring down the lead in further increments. You can see still water on the road, mud on the road as well from the previous run of the tail enders going through. Kajtan Kajtanovic inside the 6 minute mark, 5:58.1, 2.2 seconds quicker than Barrable. He sets the first fastest time of his rally. Kajtan doing a great job on these tricky roads. He said that it feels similar to some Polish rallies. So we need to get some Polish tarmac rallying in. Craig Breen, 5:59.8 between his two rivals, 1.7 seconds behind Kajtanovic. Half a second quicker than Barrable. Pulls his lead out from 10.4 to 10.9. And then the two runs through Newtonards. This spectator special, 1.53 kilometers. This is Alexei Lukanyuk of Russia in his Ford Fiesta. This is named the TT stage after the famous Ards Tourist Trophy race run in the 1930s. The Russian wins both passes through the stage. Craig Breen, with front diff problems and a turbo, leads by 1 second after the end of the day.
No problems. Today's been a good day, not so bad.
Nearly 20 seconds of lead went west. Robert Barrable, 4th quickest on both passes. He is a second behind overnight.
But no, we're really happy with today. I think we have a lot of positives to take from it, and it's just a matter of going home, having a good night's sleep now, because tomorrow's going to be a long day, and it's all going to be very, very dependent on weather.
He also had a bit of a vibration in the car that the team need to look at. Second and third fastest on the stages. Kajtanovic finishes the day in 3rd, the only non-Irishman in the top 5.
It's a perfect day. It's good for the experience. I had a small mistake today, but in general, I'm really happy.
So he should be. Only a second separates the leaders at the end of leg 1. Saturday in Ulster is going to be titanic between Breen, Barrable, and who knows, maybe Kajtanovic as well, as he brings himself into the fray. And the rest of the Irish drivers battling for the scraps from the table. Well, 10 stages on the card for tomorrow, 128 kilometres of tough, ridged, bouncy Irish tarmac to decide the 2015 Circuit of Ireland winner. They kick off at 9:14 AM tomorrow local time. And that's it then for leg one of the Circuit of Ireland. Join us tomorrow for everything that happens in day two, the final day of the Circuit of Ireland Rally 2015.